This is Michael Gerace with Michelangelo's Plumbing. We're at 1230 Dover Avenue in Thousand Oaks, California. We're going to run through an 1.5-inch vent pipe. It's a galvanized vent pipe. We're going to try and just take a look and see what kind of waistline we have underneath the house. Right now it looks like we've got cast iron. There's an inlet, probably the Santee. And we do have cast iron going out toward the front of the house. We are on the right-hand side of the house as you're facing the house from the street. I'm just going to run through here. Got a lot of buildup in the cast iron. We get past this area. May not be able to get past there because of the buildup. Camera's actually getting stuck in that rut. Yeah, we can't get past that rut in the cast iron. Right there. Not without hydrojetting. We have a very, very large rut right there. I'm going to try and just... Yeah. Will not let us get past that rut. Cast iron doesn't appear to be in terrible condition from what we can see, but we do have quite a bit of buildup in the cast iron. I'm going to begin pulling out of the cast iron line. We can't see much because the camera lens got pretty dirty as we were trying to push in. A whole lot of debris on the spring of the camera, the front portion of it. Got our camera lens clean again. We're going to go down one more time. Take a little closer look. Making a turn. Running out now. We'll pull back a little bit slower. It's kind of hard to push real slow, but there's that small opening that we kept getting hung up in. We kept getting stuck going toward the front of the house. We're out about 15 feet toward the front of the house. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to jump over that. I'm going to try one time for the heck of it, but not going to happen. I'm just going to get the camera all dirty again anyways. So from what we can see, the cast iron has just got a lot of buildup in it. Didn't see any holes. Didn't see any roots growing through. Going to try and move our camera equipment over to the other side of the house. See if we can pop through a vent on the far side of the house by the 3/4 bathroom off the kitchen area. I'm going to pause for a minute. Pause for a moment here and unhook, move our equipment. Okay, we're going to begin running through a 2-inch vent line above the bathroom area on the 3/4 inch, three-quarter bathroom, excuse me, off the kitchen side of the house. We're going to run through the vent. Dropping down into cast iron. Transitioning to ABS on this side of the house. This side of the house has been replaced, or a portion of it anyways. Now we're transitioning to cast iron. Got a very large amount of buildup right there, and we do have some roots. We're going to try and locate this area. It appears that there was a repair done in this area, more than likely. There's a cutout of concrete in the garage area back behind the toilet in the 3/4 bath, and this area looks like it was repaired at one time. There is some ABS plastic right here. Got a short section of ABS plastic, And then we have our root intrusion right there at that joint. And then going into the cast iron. Now we're going down the cast iron. And we're heading through the cast iron and out toward the front of the garage. The cast iron in the garage area has some buildup, but still appears to be in fair condition so far. That joint appears to be okay. Haven't seen any holes in the cast iron or any other root intrusions in the cast iron. I think it was just that one joint where they may have remodeled and connected things with ABS, where they may have had a break out there in the garage at one time and tried to repair it. And unfortunately, we got roots growing back through again. Now we're heading toward, as I said, the front of the garage, and we're going to drop down into ABS plastic right here. So everything from there forward looks to be in pretty fair condition. That's going out into the sewer now. And we've already inspected all of this. So we've got this one joint with the root intrusion back in the garage, and we're going to mark it with a piece of red crayon. That's where we have the roots. Now we'll pull back slowly and we'll just look at the cast iron. As I said, the cast iron has some significant amount of buildup in it, but it's not in terrible condition. It could use a good cleaning. Difficult to clean when you only have a one-way clean out going out toward the street. We don't have a clean out, but we could put a clean out in the garage where that break is, where the roots are in that joint, and then be able to hydrojet outward toward the sewer line, the ABS plastic in the driveway, and clean this line real well. Again, we're coming back and you can see the roots right there on the right hand side. Got quite a bit of a cluster right there. They would definitely have issues with that toilet, because right now you're only about maybe 20 to 30% restricted, but it will get more. It will get larger. Now we're pulling back and we're coming back up our vent. Got a little bit of a gap between that joint as well, where they came back up for the vent, but not terrible. That doesn't look like it would be much of an issue. The issue is the roots. We're going to try and move our camera over to the kitchen sink line and just see if there's any way we can get through the kitchen sink line. Sometimes we can. Want to see what that line looks like if we can. I don't know if we can get through our kitchen sink drain line. It's only 1.5 inches. It all depends if it goes straight down or not. We got the 1.5 inch vent right here. We're going to attempt to get through. And there's cast iron. Got vitreous clay to cast iron, and can't get through there. You run the kitchen sink for me for a minute? Cold water, please. that line over there.
Okay, we're going to continue to pull back and pull up and out of our inch and a half vent line. This was the vent line for the kitchen, and we were unable to run out any farther. The line appeared to be obstructed with either debris or possibly concreted. So we're going to pause here for a moment. And that will conclude our video sewer inspection.